You have to have some basis of knowledge, so you don't have to start from the beginning. In terms of student with no knowledge of how to use magic, yes and no. I will agree with you that that's probably the main reason they made you a fifth year. But the fact that they made you a fifth year and then you're starting at Hogwarts in your fifth year, that's my annoyance with it. And that professor, I keep wanting to call him Flitwick, but it's not his name. But he met with you over the summer to teach you the basics so that you could, basically, go through, your fifth year without being too far behind of everyone else. Even though they kind of make you seem like you're really far behind because you're starting your fifth year compared to the others who have been there since their first year. And it in my mind, I would much rather. I feel like it would be kind of more acceptable if I was an 11-year-old who just got his wand, who is able to do the basic cast. Like I'm just able to do that, and then I just learned Lumos, as opposed to I am a fifth year. I studied over the summer, and that's all I can do. And I'm like, wait, I studied the whole summer, and that's all I could do. Like I didn't learn much of anything else. That's my nitpicky annoyance with the intro. Um, but I think it would have been much better if it was um, if it was I'm starting my first year. This professor is coming to get me. Things happen. Uh, and he has to teach me some stuff very quickly because I'm really good, or if you wanted to go this route, because I have this ancient power, it makes me also much more of a prodigy in other magics as well. So I'm able to do things like cast the basic cast much easier, Or you can make, is there a love interest in the game? No. No, I don't. There's none. And there's like friends and companions. There's like four of them that can like go with you sometimes, and they have their own little stories. Some are better than others. And there's one character, his whole story, like there's like a basically side quest involved with all of them. His side quest was a little disappointing toward the end because at the point where it ended, you could have had like another entire quest line after that. And maybe they're setting that up for a sequel, although the sequel seems like it's going to go alongside the Harry Potter show more or something. I don't know. I thought that would be the reason for the age raise. Yeah, I think that's what they wanted you to do. Like you're a late bloomer, which just sounds weird to me. And I know everyone's like in the game is kind of like, oh, that's weird anyways. But I don't know. I think it would have been better to me if you had a story and it could be set in this time period. I'm okay with it taking place in the 1800s. I think that's cool because it's early enough to where you don't have to worry about the meddling. Like we don't have to worry about running into Voldemort or anything like that. But I think it would have been better if you started out first year and there's like essentially a mini little like adventure, like an overall main story adventure with some side quest stuff every year as you go through it, right? And there's an overall arcing plot throughout the whole of the 7 years, or you can make it like smaller or bigger. And it basically is centered around that kind of building up to big, climactic battles and stuff like that. And you could do a thing where then you graduate and you have like a after school kind of quest line where you're an adult, like you go to work for the ministry or whatever they end up having you do. That would be cool. And you could have tens of hours of gameplay or hundreds of hours of gameplay for that. And it wouldn't have taken a lot of work. But you didn't even need to dole it out all at once. You could have done it where we're going to have you it's going to take place over the first 4 years of your Hogwarts experience. And then we come out with more of it years 5 through 7, and then we have another DLC where it's afterwards, things like that. You could have done that, like in terms of like a AAA developer not finishing their games, which I know is a complaint of a lot of people. That would have been acceptable because of the first 4 years of your Hogwarts experience was like hundreds of hours alone, we would be more acceptable of waiting for years 5, 6, and 7 later, and then maybe an after thing. Like, that would have been cool.